This the extra shit. What the fuck is wrong with the TCL?
Yeah, talk to these niggas.
There's nothing wrong with it, but I want D to bid the TCL out.
No, well, no. Hold on. Okay. Well, let me. I got you, D. First off, a TCL, the P series, is one of the best TVs you can get on $1,000.
Let these niggas know.
Talk to him.
That TV is better than a lot of people who's paying $800 for a Samsung. That TCL will have more. It has more power. It has edge lighting. It has more. It has more capabilities than a lot of TVs.
Smart.
Talk to these niggas.
Hey, you know what? Hey, people who know. Hold up. People who know battle rap. This is the dirty bat. So this. We gonna get to some shit that y'all typically don't know about. So once y'all run these lights up, I'm gonna run this shit out. You hear me?
My boy D said TCL is better than Vizio and Samsung.
The nigga told me at Walmart because I was finna.
No, it is.
I was finna get it, and he was telling me his Samsung blew up on him. I was like, well, I'm not fucking with that.
I don't think my nerd level is strong enough for this conversation.
Then the nigga told me, he was just telling me all the benefits of everything that stepped in there was what the nigga was telling me. So I'm like, shit.
Y'all want to talk about some Louis Vuitton shoes?
No, I want to talk about this the extra on the podcast. Pandemic P.
Man, I don't want to talk about
Pandemic
Paul George,
Paul.
man, because you want me to tell you why I don't like Paul George no more?
Because
he said I'm not a scorer like James Harden. Like, bro, you is a bucket getter. Like, why you comparing yourself to James Harden? You can do it on both sides of the basketball. Like, why
James will never
be
James
Harden?
Yeah, James will never be him, and vice versa. Paul George is 6'9".
No, he hurt me with that. He hurt me with that comment when he said, I'm not like Paul. I'm not like James Harden. I'm not a scorer. Like, yes, you are, nigga.
But keep it real. Keep it funky, guys. Keep it funky. You know, the proof's in the pudding. Now, don't get me wrong. Like, I could be around Paul. I would love him. I would help him. It would be an amazing blessing. But I'm gonna go this far. You can tell who got that soft mentality.
He got it.
They gonna let
I agree.
They gonna let you know. They gonna let you know.
He got it.
Inadvertently, they gonna let you know.
When you say I don't care what other people think about me, that's when you. That's when you.
Because like you gotta acknowledge that. Like, like I think the strongest man, which that book once again, The Way to Superior Man will help you. It's off Nipsey's book, reading list too. But the strongest man in the room know what is gonna come with the next move.
And he should have that.
Yeah.
How you have a shoe with Kobe, the mama mentality? How you have a collaboration with Kobe with your mama mentality? I think it was the PGs 4, PGs 3. I don't know.
You ain't hooping those?
I did. I got them right now. But I think it's the PGs 3 times mama mentality. Like, you should have that mentality. Like, you talking about you're not a scorer? How are you not a scorer?
Well, you kind of have to be a scorer.
He's not. You went 3 for 14 today.
Man, PG is a scorer. Man.
Nah, what it is, D, is his way of coping out and saying, if I have a bad game, be nice to me.
Yep.
I bet you got ice on the shoulder too on the post-game interview. I bet shoulder ice.
Forget that shoulder, nigga. Put the ball in the hoop.
No, I'm saying every time you have a bad game, ice your shoulder. Watch what I tell you.
Yeah, this is cop out.
Yeah, but let's go back. Because proof's in the pudding, right? Let's go back to Indiana. And this is why Dame is light years better than him. And this is why he should never rebuttal against Dame. Dame pulled Portland out the dark ages.
Mm-hmm.
You did.
Paul tried to do it in Indiana, couldn't do it, moved on to OKC. I bet you him and Brody, they're cool, but Brody got a different winning instinct. Now, Brody may never win the way we want him to, but it's different. And when you're around somebody that's like that, you want to get the hell away from them. They hold me accountable.
Mm-hmm.
I'm getting the hell away from you.
You get scared.
I'm getting the hell away from you.
You get scared.
So
you get scared.
Pandemic. He was in the pandemic before this shit even started.
KD got scared.
Jesus Christ.
KD got scared. And KD my guy, but he got scared.
We ain't even got to go as far back as Indiana.
Let's
you know
what? Let's be fair here, guys. Let's be fair here. Let's switch it to a little football.
What do you mean?
Let's just talk about some football. What's the biggest topic in football? Let's hear something. You got anything?
The biggest topic in football is Brady going into.
Nah. Earl Thomas got cut by the Ravens.
Why
you
though?
don't care about Earl Thomas?
Hell yeah.
You asked for the biggest. You asked for the biggest topic, not what you think mattered the most, bro.
Snapchat. Are you kidding me?
This is the biggest topic.
What he get caught on Snapchat doing?
Why are you breathing hard?
Why you caught him on Snapchat?
Was it me? Oh no.
Who? Earl Thomas?
Yeah,
that's not why he got cut. That's not why he got cut today, though.
I'm not saying that, but that can't be the biggest topic if you get caught on Snapchat.
No, the biggest topic was he got cut by the Ravens.
That's not the biggest topic. I don't care about Earl Thomas no more. He's not top safety no more. To me, he's not.
Brady paid for your lunch this week or something?
D, we got the best safety in the league. Why are we talking about Earl Thomas?
And we talking about the biggest topic, not our favorites, bro.
Vikings Nation got the best safety in the league. Why are we talking about Earl Thomas?
I'm with you.
So
we don't got enough. I hate our quarterback. That's another part.
Hold on. Wait a minute, y'all beating hard, bitch.
What? I'm the leader in the group.
Here comes the downward spiral.
You a Vikings fan too?
Yeah, I'm a Vikings fan, bro.
He mad because we called him opening up his sweet potato out the aluminum foil. He was breathing.
Boxer got caught with sweet potato.
It's good, bitch.
Yo, good talk. Hey, Gunner, I hope you still recording this, man. It's good talk, bro.
I saw another one. I think I sent you the other one. We got the hour 43 other pod.
Do we really feel like? Now? Granted, Brady has a ton. I'm gonna let Bose go first because you've been really quiet. Brady has a ton of weapons in Tampa, but do we really think he's gonna be applicable and he's gonna make it happen with these weapons?
Fuck no. He the GOAT, man.
But I feel like
it's all Scott been waiting
on. Bose.
He got Mike Evans. You don't think he was Mike Evans?
I mean, he's gonna be they're gonna make the playoffs.
Hold on, Scott. Let Fit go.
I'm listening, bro. Listen.
They're gonna make the playoffs. Period. As far as they go, they might make it to the Super Bowl with the awesome weapons that they have.
Cap.
But then again, like I said, he is the older Brady. So, but we're gonna have to see. But like I said, with this offensive weapons and Gronk too, and you got Mike Evans. That's scary. He got a wide receiver that's arguably in the top tier wide receivers. He's never really had. He's had like short receivers.
Sanu.
Who?
Mohamed Sanu.
Mike Evans, right?
He's not Mike Evans.
Yeah.
Hey, hold on. I just want to chime in on this right quick because this is a little dirty back.
Steph, you a Patriots fan? Yeah, you better talk about Cam.
No. Why don't y'all fucking get damn people on here? Like, why don't y'all be inviting motherfuckers? Why the fuck?
Because we good with what we got.
Do you want to be a leader or not, bitch? What you mean?
I feel like, hey guys, I feel like this, man, and switching it back to it. Like I watched the interviews of the other wide receivers talking, and I feel like, don't get me wrong, and I'm the guy that's a little rough around the edges at times. Like, you guys call me emotional, it's funny, I don't like it, fuck you. But what it really is this: is like anytime you interview players like a professional, like let's say if Scar was a 40-point scorer and I had just got drafted to the Lakers to play along Scar. Granted, let's go deeper. Like, I don't remember Kobe ever going up to Mike and saying, "Oh my God, it's just a pleasure to play with you." It was more of a conversation like, "Bro, how do I do this? How do I do this?" I seen the interview and it looked like the players he playing with were starstruck, and to me, that's softness. So I'm afraid. I'm afraid of the fragility of the understanding of getting better, opposed to I'm playing with Tom Brady.
That's RB. Okay, I'm a chime in. I call bullshit on that because this is the dirty bat, so I can get more nasty.
They got a super potato now. You getting nasty.
Nah, but at the same time, first off, as a hooper, anytime you have a nice guy on your team, we all be starstruck sometimes. Like, it's just a fact. It's a fact. Like, if you play with Mike Beasley, it's not like you're going to sit there and be like, oh, fuck Mike Beasley. You're going to pass that motherfucker the ball.
But that don't mean you starstruck, though.
When we played against Mike, I knew exactly who Mike was. My uncle recruited me. I knew who Mike was. Now, of course, you had to know who Mike was. But I don't remember. I don't remember warming up. I don't remember warming up in the layup line and saying, "God damn, that motherfucker do a beautiful finger roll. Look how he dunk it." Like, nigga, we were ready to try to beat him. Like, you know what I mean? Like, now, granted, we knew the nigga was gonna run off the 40.
Nah, y'all was hooping at the first half too.
We was, but that's how it happens. And then you get slaughtered. But like at the same time, like I'm just saying, like if you playing with this tool on your team, like let's say if LeBron comes back to Reynolds Center and he transfers. This is hypothetical, like biggest hype. He transfers and he plays. I know my man Scar over there. I know how he's wired. He's gonna try to be a facet, a part, do his job, talk to you, but ain't no damn way I'm gonna be smiling like, oh my god, oh man, I got Brady on my team. Like, you know, it's not gonna happen. So that's what I felt when I watched the interview.
Right?
Right?
I mean, he's a different guy. I mean, I'm not saying. I mean, he's a quarterback. So
take it deeper. Them guys don't want guys on their team that's gonna look at them like that.
Well, RB, only thing I'm gonna say with football is, I mean, he's the quarterback. So, like at the end of the day, he's the heart and the soul of the team. So, of course, they're gonna do everything to make him feel like he's ingratiated. You know.
That's a great word. I don't even know if it exists, but that was awesome. So
ingratiated. Yeah. Go. It's at Formula 4. You might
moving forward, guys. All right, now I know Gunner's a Patriot fan. Gunner's a Patriot fan, right? Like
allegedly.
Like, but you know, he always signed that. He signed that sheet every season. He changed his team. But I wonder. I wonder, how do we really feel about Cam? Like, are we gonna cancel him if he's not good? Because there's a chance, you know, he might not be.
No,
well, I'm about to say, yeah, go ahead. Y'all just jump in. Just jump in.
I root for, you know what I'm saying, all black quarterbacks to do good, you know. How they did him in Carolina, that was, you know, like I don't think that was wrong. How they just pretty much kicked his ass out of there after you know, you laid everything on the line for the people. I mean, but you gotta understand, like, this man put everything out there for him. And this is how you pay me?
I'll resonate with you. It's kind of like how if Portland shipped off Lillard tomorrow.
RB, that's a great point. But no. But let's just keep it on football though, because you know they're gonna be like, oh, y'all basketball players talking about football. Y'all know what y'all talking about.
You know, and like I said, I want him to do good. You know, as far as, like I said, having that different,
facts.
Having
the whole culture,
the
whole culture rule for Cam.
Well, okay, only because it's the dirty batch. And D, go ahead and comment after this on me, bro. But I'm gonna say this: I want to take the race part out of football. I know. I mean, I'll be wanting to take the race off because I'm like, it's about production. Now, at the same time, it's white guys in there who are playing who stink. They fucking horrible. Like, they don't need no damn contract. But I'm not gonna give Cam a pass because and I'm gonna support Cam not because he's black, absolutely, but at the same time, it's like, if you stink, it's a job. If you suck at your job, niggas gonna fire your ass, man.
That's true. That's true.
How you feel, D? I think guys, like, before I know hopefully D's gonna get back on, but I think that we gotta stop trying to act like we gotta remove race and everything, especially as black men, because it wasn't too long ago that they said you were too dumb to be a quarterback or in leadership position. It wasn't too long ago, you know what I mean? It wasn't too long ago that, you know, and honestly, still to this day, the standards are and that's why I listen to Shannon a lot. He's about a hubbub, but he talks about real. Like, it wasn't too long ago that, you know, the draft, you might be way more athletic, but I'm like, oh man, you're just gonna be athletic. So we're gonna get this white guy to come in and be a quarterback because he's gonna be better for our leadership in this position. So we can't, as black people, like, I don't believe we should ever remove race out of anything, because we gotta get the just due. We gotta know who we are and where we're at in these situations and what we mean to it. But at the same time, like, I do root for Cam for the culture. I do agree with you, Gunna, about he needs to do his job. But let's not sit here and say that they would rather have a regular quote unquote fit the bill quarterback in a system behind the bench that can, basically rob the bank robber, as what my guy Scar called it earlier, rather than a guy with a big ego, they quote unquote say in athletic. Because if you were athletic, you automatically come with the big ego.
RB. I'm sorry, not you, RB, but Scar. Let me jump in on to make this topic. And this is what I'm explaining, because I ain't gonna lie, y'all actually might have started something with this dirty batch, because this is fire. Like, if our views get to a certain light, like, y'all get the filter, all that shit. This is why I say RB. I feel like it's people of color, they're never gonna accept you ever in life. They have made a living off of you being last. So they're never going to look at you and say, oh, yeah, we're going to give you a fair shake. Because if I give you a fair shake, my child might not be able to go to the school she wants to. I may not be able to make the money that I want to. So if I'm going to have to pick my child over a race, fuck that race. I'm not saying that's how I believe, but I'm just saying that's how it is. But what I will say to that point is that with Cam, I understand, like, it's like that's the field that you signed in for. Now, I agree with what you're saying, but in the most respect, I think it's like a fantasy land, though. For Cam to walk in and get a fair shot, yes, he would not have been cut. But we know, that once you sign up for that situation, you don't have a fair shot just because of how you look, and it has nothing to do, and it's not fair. It's not right. But it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like even when a deer gets killed by a lion, that, you don't think that deer. I mean, I don't know, but you don't think that deer be like, man, why the fuck they so damn fast? How they catch me?
We've had these very articulate conversations before, right. And guys, don't go quiet on us because we need y'all perspective.
Yeah, for sure.
But I do feel like stating the unfairness of certain things in life, it's like, why we keep doing it? We know it's never going to change.
Yeah.
But I am the product, like Scar said earlier. He's the king of content. I'm the product of keeping it in your face because I don't want you to forget it. Because I don't want you to think you that close to me to forget it. You're not that close to me to forget it. Right. So when we're dealing these in black faces in white places, you got to know who I am, what I stand for, and what I'm about. Now, you still ain't gonna honor me because you don't know me and you don't know my struggle and my culture, but you're gonna know what I'm about. Respectfully, sternly, firmly. So that's how I feel about it, and that's why, like, I'm gonna keep on. We don't need to fit in with them or be like them, but we're definitely gonna keep talking about the injustices while we are in their confine of bubble. Like we had a conversation with you before, like we're in their comfort zone. They didn't come to our comfort zone. Now, granted, their comfort zone has been built by our comfort zone, but we're in theirs. But I damn for sure ain't gonna be silent about it. Especially while you're using my likeness to make millions and billions and billions of dollars. Respect me for what I stand for and who I am.
Facts.
I just think we gotta push Cam because of what Charlotte did to him. Like, Charlotte did him so wrong. Like it's like a HBCU having like control over you for 4 years, and you making them money, and then they just like dish you. At the 5th year, they dish you. They be like, "Oh, you graduated. Bye. I just feel like Charlotte dissed Cam, so that's why I want him to do so well in what Brady was at. That's why I want him to do so well, because I felt like Charlotte dissed him. Like, I was never the biggest Cam fan, but I want him to do well because of how Charlotte did him.
Yeah. I want to ask you two guys this too, man. I don't want to really speak on it. I want y'all to speak on it. Why are our athletes so ridiculed? You can say because we make up the mass of the sport, but why are our athletes so ridiculed? Why?
Because we're so good.
Hold on. Yeah. I just got back. I was about to say, has everybody ever voted before?
Yeah, like what he was about to say, like, we're in most sports that we are dominant in, like, we're at the top.
We're so good.
Like, like we have the biggest personalities, like the fashion to just everything. Like, they want what we have, and then that's why I feel as though, like, any small thing that you do is going to get magnified. That's negative. Yeah. Like you could be the most positive person. Go ahead.
Nah, my bad. Go ahead, finish, bro.
No, it's like, they don't praise the positive stuff. They just magnify all the negative stuff. And it's just like, bruh, I got a speeding ticket, but you don't see me out here doing this charity stuff for X, Y, and Z. It's like, but y'all want to focus on this speeding ticket.
Well, like, I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this bit, bro. We have to understand we not in our rest period. This ain't our kingdom.
Well, I just said that before you jump back in.
I had I ain't gonna lie, my other 4-legged guest, he had a tantrum. I had to deal with.
Gotcha. Good. Because once again, no, go ahead and put it out there because once again, people are gonna understand you differently than they understand me. It's probably good that you reinforce it.
No, I'm saying because at the same time, it's like we have to understand that if you go into enemy territory, you can't expect. And I'm not saying that all of them are enemy. I'm not saying that at all. Like I believe in the spirit of a person rather than the race or whatever. But if you deal in the enemy's platform, you have to expect enemy tactics. So this is why I say I respect so many people starting their own businesses. Even you, RB, I respect that because at the same time, you know that you're not gonna treat yourself bad. But whenever we go into these corporate situations or whenever we go into these situations that we don't own, we almost are saying, we would pretty much prefer that you don't treat us bad, but if you do, we just gotta take it. Yeah. And that's the real benefit of actually owning your own. And that's why I say as a race dealing with yourselves first, because once you dictate the tempo, which is my new thing, I like to say tempo now. Like once you dictate the tempo, nobody can disrespect you because you dictate the pace, not them. That's just my opinion on it. But I'm sorry, I didn't hear you if you said that before. But yeah, I had to deal with our 4-legged guest.
I think, like, and I alluded to that too. I said that we're not that there's none of this belongs to us, but we're not in the build that our economy has built. So they're gonna always dictate more than what we have control of. But there are ways we can go about it. And I said I'm gonna always keep it in your face. And I even alluded to Scar saying I'm the content king, and there's a reason for that because I'm gonna keep it in your face because I want you to know the value. I feel like in this society, they're quick to message you when you're up, especially as a black man, but they're quick to strip your value when you're out. Like I follow Chad Johnson, and I know Chad Johnson went out with a lot of antics. They find him for everything and all this and this and this that. But if you look at Chad Johnson and what he stands for, what he teaches, now he's a Florida boy. I think he's a Florida boy, so it's gonna come off a little differently, a little bit brash. But the man is always talking about saving money. You know what I mean? The man looks nice every day, and he's like, "Nah, I bought this at Fashion Nova or what blah blah blah, some cheap spot." He don't
shop at Target.
Yeah, Target. He don't. Oh, I drop a smart. He don't personify. Now, granted, he probably can go get some shit. Like his credit line is probably cool, and he probably can go buy. But but he doesn't personify what they think we stand for and what we personify. He doesn't get enough credit for that. So even
always pushing McDonald's.
Yeah. Even Terrell, and now I'm gonna keep it real. McDonald's, as a man, as what I've grown now, understanding it, I try not to eat it. I don't want to eat it. But as a kid, if McDonald's wasn't here, I want to survive. Like it's so to see him do that, it's a strong story. But I'm just saying, our athletes don't get enough credit from the enlightenment they give. We write them off, they push out an agenda, and we don't hear from them again. There's some gems that Terrell Owens has, but everybody's so concerned about him going broke and his issues that they don't want to hear the gems. So, yeah, that's my stance on that, man.
Who else want to comment, man? I'm here. Who else want to comment?
Bro, you got to come up with a topic, man. Give us something.
I mean, like you said, with all the points that you was hitting on just by like the retired athletes, and including like Marshawn, like taking care of your chickens, man.
Bro, yeah, bro, that's probably we're talking. That's probably the biggest.
Like he said, after he was he came back from retirement. Cuz ain't spent none of his bread from his NFL career. All his money was spent during his career was off endorsements. And like you said, to the young cats or just the young people coming in, at the end of your career, make sure you take care of your mental, your body, and then take care of your chickens.
That's right. Didn't he have a Skittles endorsement?
Yeah. He still be doing the Skittles commercials and stuff like that. But like you were saying, like there are some athletes out there leaving gyms for people, to let them know, like, look, bro, don't go out there and try to live this limelight lifestyle and go broke and be at statistics. Another black athlete broke. Like, nah, we trying to lay these groundworks out so that way everybody can live well after your playing career is over with comfortably.
Yeah.
So,
Scar, I'm gonna ask you this: as Scar and Gunna, like I want you to tag team this whole, as former black athletes, former pillars of the sport y'all played, like you guys meant something to the culture and meant something to the institution. Like you guys actually put up numbers. Like, do you feel like we write ourselves off so quick? Like, because do you feel like we don't push, for our likeness to be pushed out in front of me? Because I know I'll tell you this, looking at whose jersey should be retired, looking at what we belong to. I'm looking at the first Division I class in the school, looking at Just Do. It stems further than just that era. It stems into what you've done for the institution. Even you, Bo, has been being a decorated player of briefly before you left the school, like when in the D1 era. Like, don't you feel like guys like you guys should get way more love for that? Like, because, and I know you guys don't want anything from anybody, but you guys put up numbers and you guys are part of a big foundation. Like, why do you feel like you guys aren't? Do you feel like, is it bad you're not being honored for that?
With that, certain individuals, like need that. And it's like, yeah, what you're saying, like, it's cool to get praise and get, the recognition that, that you need. Like the work that you put in, the numbers that you put up, it's good to get that recognition. But, at the same time, it's like some people don't really like, it's like,
Yeah.
Like, I know what I did. If they don't accept me for that, that's on them. But like I say, it's a toss up. Like I say, you put up your numbers. You some people, like I say, some people want that pat on the back. Like you like, oh yeah, bro, you did your thing. And then others, it's like, just acknowledging it is fine.
I feel you. And Scar, I want you to touch on it, man, because I want my goddamn pat.
I feel you, bro. But at the same time, I was like a player that, like, I was cool. Like, if you give me my roses while I'm there, I'm good. If you don't, I'm still good. Like, I just wanted to put my best foot forward. Like, if I could do that I was happy with that. Like, if Mr. acknowledged me as, oh, I want to retire his jersey, he's so good, he gave us everything he had, then that was cool. But if they didn't, I was still cool. That's because my mentality was different, because I was gonna give everything I had regardless. So it didn't matter to me, like, if you retire my jersey, if you acknowledge me, like, it didn't matter to me, because I was gonna give you everything I had regardless of the circumstances.
Yeah. Gunna?
Well, see, and man, making me go last, I was gonna make people gonna hate me forever, man.
Yeah, the minute you go last, you to digest everything and have the strongest point. It's actually.
I mean, but I say,
the meek
like,
will inherit the earth.
Yeah. Only because it's you. Only because it's you. But at the But to be honest, I'm gonna come at it with a different point. Black schools have got to do better with their athletes. Just because you black, and I understand that you may not have in certain situations. I went to a black school. You have to treat them better. You have to do more for them. And at the same time, I feel like a lot of schools of color. I'm not gonna talk about maybe like I would say Hampton, Howard. People gonna kill me. I'm not even gonna take those names away. I'm gonna talk about the schools that are really established. You need to understand that if you have black kids that are actually so-called black kids that are actually willing to go to your school, they should be a top priority in my opinion, because they didn't have to go there. So at the same time, so if you gonna treat them right, give them at least the bare essentials, man. Guys should not have to break into the gym to work out.
Nah, yeah.
Talk to him.
Guys should not have to spend 5 hours in financial aid line whenever you had a year in advance to get it together.
Yeah, talk about it.
They should not have to cut the locks off the power bar just to work out.
Bro, that shit is crazy, bro. You're right.
And no, but at the same time, we'll look at it and we'll be like, oh, well, they're black, so we need... No. If we're going to raise our people, we need to raise our standards. So at the same, I'm not saying, oh, if that happens, you run to it. No, but you address that situation to them. And I think that's the type of stuff that will get a real young kid to consider going to a black school, because as a guy who actually played for one, I'm going to be real. The one I went to, I mean, look, I'm not going to get a name, but bro, they had a lot. They were lacking a lot. People were stealing money.
Yeah.
They were doing a lot. Guys are traveling on vans when I left. That's not fair to those kids. It's not.
We was cutting the locks off the power box just to cut the lights on to work out.
So before you got there, Vlad, like I told Steph knows. I mean, honestly, we both all know each other saying all the time. But I used to break. I used to almost get arrested from campus police because I was in there. And the testament to your story, I never knew y'all cut the power. Like that made me feel a little bit better about my situation. I'm like, well, damn, he was getting it too, and that man right there was like the heart and soul of the team. You know what I mean? So, but I'm gonna switch gears. Well, you too, bro. Both of you guys were highly recruited athletes that chose to come to a school and build a foundation. My point is this: there should be more honoring of guys like you. They want to talk about guys now that are highly talented going to these schools, but you two were guys that, we want to talk about Scar. Scar could have went a different direction. We might have been watching Scar on TV, on Fandango, whatever that is, betting on his games. I don't know. And you, just a specimen, like you would have done something different. But I want to go ahead and switch gears here, because you never know what person is going to end up. You never know the person that came through your institution, what he's going to do. He's going to be a lawyer, doctor, a millionaire, billionaire. Why? This is why the school struggles, because they don't honor the ones that are there. And when they leave, if they do get into that money and financial situation, they're not going to want to give back to that school.
Hey, RB, let me chime in. That's a great point. And that's how a lot of us feel now. We're like, why the fuck would we give back to y'all to go do the same shit that y'all did to us to another kid?
Yeah.
And we tell them don't do that. We tell them, look, take the best opportunity that you have. Don't try to fulfill no racist agenda, or not racist, but don't try to fulfill no agenda, because at the end of the day, they won't give a fuck about you. While you sitting there doing all that shit for Black Lives Matter, are they putting that same work in to make sure you get to the league?
It's crazy, because a lot of this comes from D, are you back? Well, it's crazy because a lot of this comes from coming from Black individuals that sacrifice 4 to 5 years of their career to go play for a school, and it's always heavier on our shoulders, and it's given to us from society that we need to send our kids there, do more for it. And people ask me the question: if you have a child and he's very good at a sport, are you going to push him to go into an HBCU? My answer is always this: the right one, yeah. The right one, yeah. And if I'm financially able and I can put into the program, yeah. But by all means, I don't have a problem with my child going to a white institution. Now, granted, you can be a number at a white institution as well, but I know you're going to get what you got to get taken of. Now, granted, we also pay for the white institutions. So somewhere around the line, guys, I guess what I'm getting to, how can we switch the tide to get our institutions to look better? Does it start with self-care of us and understanding who we are and helping us put money back into it? Or where does it start, guys? Because we are the derivative of where all the money comes from.
Well, RB, I'm gonna say this. Number one, we have to understand who is at the top of the schools. Because, I mean, if we're going to be totally honest, a lot of these so-called black schools weren't even started by black people.
That's deep. I didn't know that.
Yeah, like if you look up a lot of schools, like, I mean, it's no disrespect, but a lot of them weren't started by black people. They were started by higher-up whites.
Wow,
you know?
I never knew that.
It's like, at the same
I'm on
time,
the same way.
Yeah, like but this is what you have to understand. So whenever you can't look at a school and it says HBCU and say, oh, well, my child is going here, you need to go and look at the quality, even if it's a PWI, because you need to give your child the best chance possible, even if that means taking them out of school.
Yeah.
If your child, LeVar has showed us so much, and we don't give him enough love. I mean, people clown him.
You are so right.
Joke about him.
So right.
But that's a leader. LeVar is a fucking leader, but nobody wants to talk about it. He's a leader that people should stand behind. I don't know what, I mean, he has his stuff.
Secretly, Rock Nation done just that.
Exactly. I didn't know that. So how about to say you put me on?
But we definitely bashed a black man for years for what he was doing. Even ESPN hosts, even our people that look like our own selves, who couldn't get out of the construct of understanding going working for somebody instead of working for themselves, they bashed him on national television. A black man that was trying to get his just due in his own. They bashed him. And I remember
made him look silly.
I bashed him a little bit too. And you opened my eyes up. You was like, nah, you always been a big advocate for that. And I don't know if you knew this where it would end up, but you've been a big advocate for it, and I got to give you credit.
I definitely didn't know that LaMelo was going to be this good.
Well, you thought Lonzo was, and Lonzo is.
Lonzo's still my favorite PG.
He Rondo on skating wheels.
No, I will say this though. I gotta give y'all credit for this because I wasn't even with it. I think this little dirty bat situation that we got going. This is dope, bro. This is dope as hell. Like this is fire, bro.
Yeah, but hey, Scars, anything you want to address before we get out of here, man, or Bose or Johnny?
Oh, nah, bro. I'm good, man. It's been a great talk all night long, man. Happy birthday to my boy, Kobe Bean Bryant. I love you. I love you so much. You inspire my life. Man, that's all I want to get off, though. I promise you.
Gotcha. I'm going to go last. What about you, Bose? All right. Gonna?
Nah, man. I definitely enjoyed this last bit. I got my four-legged guest over here. He enjoyed it too. He had a little temper tantrum earlier, but we got some real talks, man.
Thanks.
Go ahead, bro.
I just want to leave out this. This presentation has been sponsored and brought to you by Ciroc. We like this.
Lie.
Slit malt liquor. No, I'm playing. But it's been great, man. This is a brotherhood, and we don't agree on everything. The one thing we do agree upon is the building of our culture and who we are, and our offspring, our kids will be strong. One of them may change the world. But thank you, everybody, for your attention and your push and belief in us, and get them views up.
I'm afraid of the Pacho.
For sure.
I don't know what he gonna be.
Panchito.
Hey, good look, man. We out of here though, man.
Hey, what the old niggas just say? One.
What facts.